Okay, well, I've been teaching since 2007, and I've always had an interest in science. So I always brought that into the classroom. And over the years, I've gotten into technology, and maths has always obviously been within the classroom with me all the time. So this particular year, we have been promoting STEM within the school, and my weakest link was engineering. I had no experience in engineering. I didn't know how to teach engineering to the children. I just really didn't know where to begin. So that's when I found you guys, STEPS, and it was fantastic. And it was a brilliant opportunity to bring engineering into the classroom. Well, I thought it was a really positive experience. The children were thrilled to partake in something that they've never done before. So it was a little bit exciting and different from just looking at the books or just doing the normal writing work that they do. And again, they're always well used to science and technology. So this was a completely new experience for them. So it was all very positive from the beginning. I found the booklet was a real help as a resource as a teacher. So and your emails and the communication that you had with me as a teacher really kept me on track and kept me focused at what I had to do each and every week or month. They thoroughly enjoyed it, and they are desperate to do it again this year. They really want it. It's definitely a very positive, enjoyable experience for them. What I enjoyed most was being introduced to the world of engineering, and that it wasn't all mathematical or too heavy, that it turned out to be very, very creative and very accessible. And I thought that was, a lovely sight for the children to see, that something like the word engineering that they would never really have seen within the classroom is just very accessible to them, and that they were very good at it. And I think that was very enjoyable to see, that they had the confidence to develop their problem-solving skills in their real lives. And that's what engineers do. A geography, for example, we did a kind of a mapping of rivers and made a 3D model of the rivers, and looked at how, you could discuss all the life, kind of the wildlife around it and the topography around the river, and that was a very nice tie-in, and something they were interested in as well. I kind of followed the guidelines that were given to me by the booklet. How many hours you should spend on this particular part of the project, fill it in, then move on to the next part. And for me, time management I tend to run away with that. So it was really good for me to have little benchmarks each and every month. I'm not sure, but I think it was every 6 weeks or so that you moved on to the next part of the project. And it was just, and it moved on very nicely. And I love the fact that you gave me plenty of time to do each part, that it wasn't all condensed into 1 month's work, which doesn't usually lend well to kind of the creative process. Well, I found from my experience of bringing engineering into the classroom that it definitely promoted the children's sense of problem solving within a real life setting. It wasn't just from a book. It was something that is connected to them. There was a problem. Were they able to find a solution? And they thrived on it. They absolutely loved it. I loved the concept that it was a real step-by-step process. Sometimes, and I'm a little bit guilty of this myself, you just want to see the end product. You just want to find a solution, do the end product. Whereas engineering, it's very much, you love going little bits and step by step, which is very good. And you test, you explore, you investigate. And these are really important skills that the children kind of could exercise. First off, it's a very fun activity. it's not as heavy as it sounds, that it is a very kind of, there's a lot of cross-curricular activities that can be found within the engineering kind of context. So you could bring in your little bit of science if you're strong at science. You bring in your maths if you're strong at maths. If you're a very creative teacher and you like your art, you can actually bring it in as well. And your English or your languages, it would dip into all of those kind of strengths that some teachers might have. But it is also very child-centered and child-focused. So you are basically a facilitator for this young engineers program, that you are there to give them the resources, but the children essentially come up with their own ideas, and they come up with their brainstorms, they come up with their problem solving, and that within the classroom is fantastic to see, that the children take control of their own learning.